Hello guys, welcome to this new video, and in this video we are going to learn how to build backlinks. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this particular video very impatiently, and I intentionally took a lot of time because I wanted to make it clear about building backlinks as much as possible. So I have gathered all the resources together and hopefully I will deliver what you're looking for in terms of backlinks. In the previous video, we understood what backlinks are. Backlinks are basically a hyperlink coming from another website to your website, and why they are important. Even today in 2017, backlinks are considered to be one of the biggest ranking factors for Google, which is why you should be building backlinks to rank for the keywords you're trying to rank for. Great, now we know everything about backlinks except the part on how to build backlinks. In this video, I will be going through the different ways in which you can build backlinks, and I will be covering a couple of these ways in depth. So let's go on with it. So what are the different ways you can build backlinks to your website? The first and the most obvious one is to go through your competitor's backlink profile and understand what are the kind of links that they have built and try to replicate this. Now, why is this important? Two main reasons. Number one being that you need to understand that SEO is a very relative process. When I say relative, I mean to say that it completely depends on what your competitors are doing and all the other websites around you are doing for you to break through and outrank them. You need to understand the competitor landscape before you proceed into building backlinks. I will try to give you an example and try to illustrate my point here. So take an example of a keyword you're trying to rank for, and on an average, the top 10 results might have 20 backlinks pointing to them. But you might have gone ahead without performing your competitor analysis, gone ahead and built 100 backlinks. This might be a little bit of an overkill because in the first place you didn't need that many backlinks to be built, and also you might be on the verge of over optimizing your backlink profile. The second most important reason is that it works and it is very easy to do also. When I say it works, I mean that whatever backlinks that your competitors have built, Google has acknowledged it and has ranked your competitors for these particular keywords, which means that these kind of backlinks work for your particular industry and for your particular niche, and you don't have to go around building backlinks that might not be as worthy as the links that have been already built by your competitors. Why I call it easy is because your competitors have basically made a list of all the links that you can build. You just have to go out there and build backlinks on the same resources. I will go more into it and show you exactly how to do it. So competitor links are extremely important, not only to understand and gauge the competitor landscape, but also for you to build backlinks. The second way you can build backlinks is profile links. Profile links can be in the form of your social networking profiles, forum profiles, or any other kind of database profiles for that matter. And usually these kind of websites have a lot of authority, and you should be building these kind of links on websites that have a lot of authority. So because these websites have a lot of authority, it will pass on its authority, especially if it's a do follow link, to your website, and you might definitely want to capture as much authority from these credible websites out there. And also it's a good place to start from because it kind of gives an idea to Google that you're trying to grow this naturally, wherein you're building your social networking handles, joining a few relevant forums, and etc. So again, in this video, we'll be talking a little bit about profile links and the kind of places you can build these links from. The third way you can build backlinks is from blog comments. How you do this is basically you go to a particular blog and if you scroll down in the comment section, there you can see usually 3 or 4 subsections wherein they will ask you for your name, email, website URL, and the comment that you want to post. Now, the name and URL will become your anchor text, and the URL will ultimately turn into a backlink. And that's when you post a comment, when it passes through moderation, and when it goes live in that particular blog post, you have earned a particular backlink. I am planning to make a separate video for this particular type of backlink because it's rather in depth, and I will show you exactly how to find valuable and high authority blogs where you can go in and comment on. The fourth is contextual links. Contextual links are basically links which are wrapped by content around it. These can be in the form of a Web 2.0 property like your Tumblr, or probably a guest post. It can also be a press release, or it can be an article that you have posted somewhere. The links which are present in the content is basically what you mean by contextual links. Again, there are different ways you can build these kind of contextual links. I will share more techniques as to how you can build these kind of links in a separate video. The fifth one is image links. Image links can be straight out a link with an anchor text as an image. And a lot of companies do that in the form of giving out badges for websites. In turn, they get a backlink for that particular thing. This can also be in the form of an infographic, wherein you design an infographic, a valuable infographic, and you share it across different websites and hopefully try to gain backlinks from them. The last one is your footer or site-wide links. Basically, a link which is placed in a footer can ultimately appear across the website, which can sometimes pass on more link juice than usual, and which makes it a site-wide link, of course. And a site-wide link can be also in the form of a sidebar widget also. Now, please remember, this is a very gray area space that we are entering into. Google might not always like these kind of links sometimes, and it is very important for you to have control over these kind of links if you are planning to build these kind of links, because in case Google decides to penalize you for doing something like this, you should be able to remove these links and get out of the penalization. So these are the different ways you can build backlinks on, and probably for each of these different ways I'll make a separate video and go in depth as to how you can get these kind of links. Now, since you know the different ways you can build backlinks, I get this question asked a lot. What is the most natural way of building backlinks? And why is it even important to build backlinks in a natural way? So we have to go back in history a little bit to understand why it is so important to build backlinks in the most natural way possible. So if we had to go back about 10 years or 12 years when I initially started off learning about SEO and all of that, back then it was relatively much easier to rank website, and the best way and the easiest way to rank websites was to build a lot of spam links using different tools out there. And it used to work because backlinks as a ranking factor had a lot more weightage than it has today. Today, Google's algorithm is much more advanced and much more intelligent, and will understand if a particular website is trying to manipulate Google's algorithms by building backlinks in a very artificial manner. And when this happens, Google will not hesitate to penalize your website. So it is very important for you to build backlinks in the most natural way possible. Now, what is the most natural way of building backlinks? The answer is very simple: to create amazing content. I know a lot of people around keep saying this in terms of create content, but I have personally experienced this in my career. Trust me when I say this, when you create amazing and really useful content, you don't have to go and build backlinks, because people will actually start linking out to your piece of content because they find it extremely useful and they want other people to also view this particular piece of content. I remember in one of the startups that I used to work for, we created this blog post which gained us close to 2000 different backlinks for that single blog post alone. It got caught by Huffington Post, it got caught by the Slovenian tourism department and a ton of other websites, and this was basically free backlinks for us without us going out there and trying to build these links. So although it has a long learning curve in terms of creating good content, but trust me, your focus should be always on this, because once you start creating good content, not only will your users start placing your backlinks all over the internet without you having to do that, but also when you're reaching out to other websites for you to write posts for them and gain backlinks from them, it'll be much easier for you to convince them, since that way you would have established the fact that you can write really good content. Now if you want, please go back and watch the video of how to write good SEO content. This will not only help you in creating great SEO content, but in terms of also creating content which will attract links for you. Now, the simplest way to do this is to write practically useful content. When it is practically useful, people absolutely love it and they will start linking to your particular website from different sources. And although the weightage of social signals is much lesser these days, but having social signals not only drives insane traffic to your website, but also increases the authority and credibility in the eyes of Google. So before going out there and building backlinks, please ensure that you try as much as possible to write amazing content. At this point, you might be thinking that writing content and attractive links is definitely a good strategy, but it also is an extremely long-term strategy, which is absolutely true, and you should continuously strive for writing and building great content. But having said that, on a more short-term basis, you might not see the kind of results that you want to just by posting content and hoping that it will get picked up by a few websites. In order to shorten this period of time to get and start seeing results, like we have mentioned before, the best way to go about doing this is to emulate or mimic your competitor's backlink profile. So I'll show you exactly how to find out what are the kind of backlinks your competitors have got and how you can go about and emulate exactly the same thing. Right now I am in the dashboard of Ahrefs, and if you can and you should, go ahead and buy yourself a subscription for Ahrefs. If it feels like it is too expensive for you, which it might for a lot of people, you can always sign up for their free 14-day trial, which gives you access to most of their features. If not, if you want a more in-depth analysis of your competitors or any other tool within Ahrefs, you can just head over to fiverr.com, which is fiverr.com, and just pay someone $5 to extract that information for you. So either ways, I strongly recommend using this particular tool, mainly because Ahrefs spiders and crawlers are much more effective than any other tool out there in the market. And I strongly recommend that you use this tool, and they seem to index almost every link that has been built to your particular website within a short period of time. So if I have to find out the competitor's backlink profile, how would I go about doing that in Ahrefs? It's actually very simple. What I do is I head over to Site Explorer, which will basically open up this page, and in there I would put in my competitor's website name. Either you can choose to do it on a domain level or on a URL level, which is completely up to you. But for this video, I am going to assume that this particular website is my competitor, and I am going to see what are the different kind of backlinks this person has been able to attract over a period of time. So I'm just going to click on this. And as you can see, there are two very important things that we need to observe, which is the backlinks, the number of backlinks, which is 860k, which is like 860,000 backlinks pointing to him. But the number of domains is 210. So what does this mean? This basically means that on a unique domain level, there are just 210 unique domains pointing to this particular website, which is bestgadgetry.com. But each of these websites might have linked out to this bestgadgetry.com multiple times also. So let's find out more about that. What I would do is I would want to find out what are the domains that are pointing towards this website, so that I can either reach out to them or probably drop in a link in a forum or a comment or whatever that might be. So I'm going to find out all the referring domains that this particular competitor of mine has. So I'm going to click on this number, and this is what it shows. As you can see, I think most of those 850,000 is just coming from one particular site. This is quite risky, in fact, because anytime it might get like penalized by Google. So I strongly recommend you not do something like this. But there are quite a bunch of them, which are basically like all the websites where this particular competitor is getting links from, and these are the number of backlinks from each of this website he's getting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sort this column in an ascending order. And now you can see all the websites from where, all the domain names from where he has got at least one backlink. So these are all the 210 domain names which he has got a backlink from. If I were you, what I would do is I would click on export and export this entire list, and I would do the same thing for the 9 other websites which is on the first page. That will give you a good chunk of domains where your competitors have built your links in. I did the same thing for this, and for this particular website I found out that there are certain websites where I can emulate, where I can go and get a backlink to my own website. So that is exactly what you will be doing eventually. So first of all, it is to identify all the websites and the type of backlink each of these websites is providing for your competitor, and nicely segment them into an Excel sheet and try to emulate or replicate that exact same thing. So certain links will be easy to replicate, certain links will not be easy to replicate, but whatever said and done, you will have 10 other websites to do the same analysis on, and if you get 20% of each of those links also, you should be fine, and you'll have as many backlinks as the best website in the competitor circle. So what I did was I went and saw all the domain names from which he's got a backlink from, and I saw that there are certain websites where I can easily get myself a backlink to. So this is one website where he has basically gone in and just dropped this particular link. I think even I can do the same. The way I'll be doing that is so basically it's asking me to sign in to answer this question. So I'm gonna sign up first, and then I'm gonna just like come in here and drop a comment. I will show you in the next video as to how to actually find these kind of blogs and places where you can drop comments. For now, what you should be doing is segregating all of these kind of websites. This is an easy opportunity if you ask me. Basically, it's just like you just need to sign in and just go in and drop a comment, and you'll get like a backlink for yourself. There are tons of websites like this. There is also what I think a Japanese website through which he has got himself a link, which you can see here. I am pretty sure this is a paid link. Now this is why I told you why it is so important for you to analyze all your competitors. This way you will know what are the things that they have done to rank for these keywords and see if you can do the same thing. So I have a feeling this is a paid link. Either you can contact this website yourself and go ahead and get yourself a link from the same website by paying him. Otherwise you can completely ignore it and go ahead. There is one more thing that I want to show. Sometimes what happens is links get dropped. So he had posted a link here about 8 years ago and it got dropped because I think the commenting system got changed to Discuss. But this is a great website to get a backlink from. This is a great example of why you should create good content. This is basically a forum which talks about laptops and everything in between, and someone has asked him a question. I need a laptop only for video blogging and blah blah blah. And as you can see here, someone has actually put 3 links, and one of the links here is our competitor's link. Now this is not something the competitor himself might have done it. This is basically a user finding the content so useful that he has basically dropped a link here, and which is why I keep telling that go back and create such amazing content that people would love to link out to. This is a very good example of something like that happening. But I came to another forum which is again a great place, which has a DA of about 55, and I come down here and I have a pretty strong feeling that this was done by the competitor itself. He has come in here and dropped a link for his particular website, and he has basically signed up for this forum, which you also can do, which is right here, and come to this particular thread itself and post the same thing and get yourself a backlink also. Again, here if you can see, he has the source is Best Gadgetry. I'm pretty sure this is a paid link. See if you can reach out to them and buy yourself a link. This is something very easy to do. This is like domain authority of 57, and it looks like a bookmarking page, and he has basically bookmarked his own website into this particular page, and he's got himself a backlink, which you totally can do. You just have to like join this website and submit your own website as a link, and you too will get a backlink from this particular website. This is extremely easy to do. And here also again another example of why you should be writing good content, because other people will start posting it in places like these. And so these are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 about 6 to 7 websites I found where I can also drop links from. So he has about 200. If I can go out there and find 10 more, that's 20, and I do the same thing for the 9 other websites, then I'll easily have 200 backlinks pointing to my particular website. Now I know that you're thinking that I should be actually showing you how I will go about and do this particular thing. I definitely will show you that probably in the future videos, but for now you need to understand that these are easy gains. These are easy ways to get a backlink. All you have to do is sign up and then sign into these particular websites or blogs or forums and just drop your links there, and try to build as many as this as possible. And more importantly, when you perform your backlink analysis on your competitors, your primary goal should be to try and segregate these backlinks in terms of the different kinds. It may be a profile link, it might be a blog comment, it can be an image, it can be so many other things. As you can see here, this one particular link is actually an image link, and I think it's right now taken down also. So if you can go here, this is the image that has been used on this particular website, and he's got himself a backlink. So there are tons of ways you can figure out the kind of backlinks your competitor has, and of course in the future videos I'll show you how to get each of this particular backlink. For now, try to perform a competitor analysis for each of your competitor. If it can be 10, it can be 10. If it can be 20, even better. what you will start noticing is that there will be an overlap of these websites where you can get a link from, which is absolutely fine as long as you have enough backlinks which you can easily get. If you have 100 of them, that is great. So there you have a start, you have at least 100 links. Once you build these 100 links, you'll start ranking for a lot of long-term keywords. If you have written your content in the way I have mentioned in my SEO for content writing and put it out there, you will start seeing a lot of traffic coming through. Okay, now assuming that you have already performed your competitors' backlink profile analysis, now you have a list of backlinks which you would like to emulate, but some of them might be difficult to get, some of them might be easy to get, some of them might not be as authoritative as you thought it would be. So the best way to go about this is to create a bunch of really authoritative links. Now don't worry about do follow and no follow, because a link is still a link, and a no follow link also still has value to your backlink profile, because not only will it make it look very natural, but in the eyes of Google it is still considered as a vote to your particular website. And especially if it is coming from a bunch of really authoritative websites, then it makes it even more valuable. So what I have done for you, I have created a list of websites where you can go ahead and create these kind of profile links. I will show you how to do it. It is extremely simple. How to do it in terms of one website, and you can replicate the same thing on the other websites. It might be slightly different in other websites, but fundamentally everything is the same. So let's just jump in right there. So here is a list of all the websites where you can get yourself a really nice backlink from, and as you can see, the domain authority of these websites are extremely high. Some of them are like even 97, and I think the most least rather is 55, and almost all of them is above 70 at least. And there are a bunch of do follow and there are a bunch of no follow, so there is like a healthy mixture of do follow and no follow links. What I would suggest you to do is go ahead and build links on all of these websites. It will make it look like it's very natural to Google, and also it will add that credibility and authority to your website. So if I have to show you one particular website, I think I'll just show you 10 because it's really simple and we can just quickly get into it and see how we can like go about and setting up a profile there. So I'm just going to click on this link and it is going to take me to TED's registration page, and it'll ask me to fill in my first name, my last name. I'll just quickly fill it in and I'll just put in my email, my password, and you just have to put in the captcha and just hit on create your account. Immediately once you do that, in fact I'll just quickly do it so that you can see how it looks like. So you're almost done. Please check your email for a confirmation message from us. I have already done this with one of my email IDs, and as you can see here, they've already sent a particular email with the confirmation link. So I'm going to head to TED and like, let me just click on it. I think it's going to tell me it's already been confirmed. Okay, so I've already like set up an account here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly log in to TED and show you how to get yourself a backlink. Great. Now I am logged in. As you can see here, if I hover over this your account icon, it will show me all the things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on your profile, and this is going to show it's saying that my profile is not complete. So I'm going to click on edit, and it's going to ask me every particular information. I would strongly recommend you to fill all of this information as authentically as possible. It makes your profile look as rich and authentic. Kind of helps in like keeping the profile around and thereby keeping the link around. So what I've done is I'll scroll down, it's asking me your links. So it allows me to add any kind of link here. It can be your Facebook profile, your Twitter, your blog, etc. So I'm just going to put my blog's website and label it as website. I'm just going to like scroll down and hit save. I'm not going to fill all of this information, otherwise the video will become too long. I'm just going to show you how the profile is going to look like and how your link is actually going to look like. So as you can see here, my link for my particular blog is already popping up there. So if I click on inspect, you can see that this is, you can see the link here. And you can do the same thing for your website for pretty much every other website on the list. And I've gone ahead and created one more on Dribbble. So Dribble's profile edit looks like this. It'll ask you for your website here, and in the account itself you can see that they link it to your website once you post it in the account, the website section in the edit profile, and you just hit save. So strongly recommend you to go ahead and sign up for all these websites. They will send you a confirmation link. Go to your email, click on the confirmation link. Once your email is activated and authenticated, you can go to your profile, click on edit profile, or go to account settings, and you should be able to find a section where it'll ask you to put in your website details or your URL, where you have to put in your website URL. Thereby, once you hit save or publish, it's going to get published and your backlink will be live. So there are more than 20 really good websites here. As you can see, make with the DA itself, it's really good website. So a really good start for your backlink profile. It's gonna give out a lot of good authority in the eyes of Google, and also a great start for your backlinking venture. So these are few of the social profiles that you can do. Like I mentioned previously, when you do your competitor analysis, you might unearth more of these websites where your competitors have gotten links from. So go ahead and try to replicate it the same way I showed you how to create profile links. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to find really high authority blogs probably with do follow links also, and how you can drop a link in these blogs. So I really hope you'll go ahead and create all the links on these websites. I'm going to make this downloadable. In Teachable, you can find it as a downloadable option. So download, create these links, and let me know how it goes. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video.